What's up guys, welcome back, Leo Pazzo Productions. Thank you very much for tuning in. In today's video, you already know what it is. We're checking out a brand new product here by RGBlink. This is the Ask Nano 4K wireless video transmission system. Alright guys, for this demonstration I have my laptop over here onto the left hand side and I have the Ask Nano 4K transmitter connected to the laptop's HDMI output, and I'm supplying power to that transmitter via my laptop's USB 3.0, which is supplying the correct amount of voltage to the transmitter. As far as onto the right hand side over here, we do have this monitor which has the receiver connected to the monitor's HDMI input. So as you guys can see, we are wirelessly sending the signal from my laptop to this external monitor over here, which again could be like a TV, a monitor, or projector. So for an example, if we come over here and open up YouTube and we wanted to play a video, we can go ahead and do a quick little search. For an example, Leo Pazzo TV, bingo, press enter. Fantastic. And let's scroll over here to Leo Pazzo TV. And there we go, guys. You can see that the video image quality is coming in very nice and clear, very minimal latency. And again, not only are we getting the video to that external monitor, we're also getting audio as well. Alright guys, let's go ahead and quickly have a closer look at everything that comes included with the RGBlink Ask Nano 4K wireless video transmission system. Starting off over here into the middle, we do have the one transmitter. Just above that, we do have the receiver. Onto the right hand side, we do have two HDMI cables, which on one end is a male HDMI, on the other end is a female. Onto the left hand side, we have two identical cables, which is a USB-A to USB-C. We'll be talking more about these cables shortly. And over here towards the bottom, we do have an HDMI adapter. On one end is a micro HDMI, the other end is a mini HDMI, and at the bottom over here we do have a female full HDMI 2.0. So let's start off getting a little bit more familiar with the transmitter. So starting off onto the left hand side of the transmitter, we do have the full size HDMI connection. Over here towards the top, we actually do have a button, which is going to allow us to change the different modes. And this button does have a backlight LED, which is going to illuminate different colors depending on which mode or what the status is of the transmitter. And onto the right hand side of the transmitter, we do have a USB-C connection. So you might be asking yourself, why do we have that USB-C connection over here onto the transmitter? Because the transmitter actually needs to get powered via one of these cables over here, USB-A to USB-C. So how much power does it actually require? Well, you can simply provide it with 5 volts at 1 amp. And same thing goes over here with the receiver. The receiver also has a USB-C connection, which is going to require power via the cable over here. Same idea, 5 volts at 1 amp. So the receiver does also feature an HDMI connection over here on the one end, full size. And we do also have the button there as well with that LED, which is going to indicate the status of the receiver. So now that you guys are more familiar a little bit more about the transmitter, receiver, and how to power them, again over here we do also have these HDMI cables. Why would we want these small HDMI cables? Well, for an example, if you wanted to plug in this receiver over here to your TV or monitor, for an example, wherever you want to view the image from, you might not want to plug this in directly. Maybe it doesn't fit or it's just not convenient for you. So it's nice to see that they've included these short HDMI cables over here that we can just go ahead and simply connect. And now we can connect this over here to the TV. It might be a little bit easier, a little bit more flexible, a little bit more convenient for us. So same idea goes for the transmitter as well. We do have that HDMI cable, which is going to allow us to just easily connect it in a different method if you want, just in case you don't want to mount it directly with the actual transmitter and receiver. You can connect it over here with the cable. So let's go ahead and talk about the transmitter a little bit more. What can you possibly connect this transmitter to? Well, you can connect it, for an example, to your PC, your laptop, your camera, your PS4, and more. So any device that you want to send that signal over to the receiver, you can simply do that by simply connecting that transmitter to that device. this. So what would you connect the receiver to? For an example, you would connect it to a TV, a monitor, display, projector, any type of device that you want to display the image, the video signal coming from the transmitter. We can connect that over here to the receiver. So why do we need this adapter? Well, maybe whatever you're connecting the transmitter to or the receiver to, it might have a micro or a mini HDMI. So in that case, for an example, you can get this adapter over here, you can connect it onto the transmitter, and now you can plug that into your device if you need to, or vice versa, you can do the same thing over here, or we can conveniently connect this adapter over here to one of these HDMI cables, which might be a little bit more convenient for you. And now we can just go ahead and now connect this to the device, the monitor, whatever we want to connect it to. So it's nice to see that we do have multiple options. So next, let's talk about the supported input resolution as far as the transmitter, which it can support up to 4K 30 frames per second or 1920 by 1080p up to 60 frames per second, and also 720p up to 60 frames per second as an input. As far as the receiver, it can support an output resolution up to 4K 60 frames per second. All right, guys, so this is the game plan. What I'm going to be doing is actually connecting the transmitter over here to my camera, the actual camera that I'm using for this video. So what I'm going to do is get this transmitter, I'm going to get this HDMI cable over here, I'm going to go and connect it. And now what do I need to do is actually supply power. So what am I going to do for this example? I'm going to use this V-mount battery for an example, like a power bank, or you can plug it into a wall. And it does have a USB port over here at the top. And I'm going to use one of these cables. And I'm going to connect the USB end, obviously, to the power bank. Okay, one end goes into the power bank, which is now going to supply power. And on the other end, I'm just going to plug it in over here to the transmitter. So perfect. Transmitter is getting power. And now I'm just going to send that over here to my camera's HDMI output. So whatever is coming from my camera from this transmitter is going to be sent over here to the receiver. We're going to work on the receiver next. You can see over here as it's supplying power, it is now flashing purple, which is basically indicating that there is no HDMI signal being inputted into this transmitter. So let's go ahead and connect it to the camera, which you guys will not be able to see for this section of the video. So I'm just going to move this off to the side over here. Now what we're going to do with the receiver, same idea. We're going to get this HDMI cable over here and we're going to plug it in on the one end. Perfect, because that just works nice for me, nice and flexible. And we need to power this as well. So I'm going to use another power bank over here. I actually do have several of these that I use for my camera. I'm just going to power on the power bank over here. You can see on the display screen, we got 100%. And we're going to use this same cable over here. Okay, perfect. So one end is going to get plugged in over here to the power bank to supply power. Perfect. And the other end is going to come over here to the receiver to supply that power. And you can see we do have a blue light illuminated over here onto the receiver. So we need to send this receiver to where? A monitor. So we're going to use this camera monitor over here just so everything is kind of like on a smaller scale. And this camera monitor does have an HDMI input, and that's exactly where I'm going to be sending it into. Perfect, right over there. All right, so you can see it's already being recognized over here, RGBlink TX mode. So now that I have the transmitter connected to my camera's HDMI output, and I'm also supplying power to that transmitter via that USB-C port, same thing over here onto the receiver. You can see I have the receiver connected over here to my monitor via this HDMI cable, and I'm also supplying power via the USB-C port. And we are into the TX mode. And as you can see onto my monitor's display, we are seeing exactly what my camera's seeing in real live time, along with audio. So right now I'm actually filming in 4K. So this is actually a 4K signal coming over here to this monitor. So guys, check this out. The Ask Nano also supports screen mirroring as well from our iOS and Android devices. So for us to go ahead and switch from what we are currently in right now in the TX mode, let's go ahead and switch to the screen mirroring mode by just simply pressing the button over here onto the receiver. One short press. And as you see onto the monitor over here, it just switched from the TX mode, which we were just currently using. Now we're in the Airplay / Miracast mode, and it does support iOS and Android devices. And we do need to connect to the Wi-Fi and enter the password and go ahead and enable that. So I'm going to demonstrate for you guys over here onto my iPhone 16 Pro Max. I'm going to come over here to my settings, scroll down over here to Wi-Fi, and just give it a couple of seconds for it to recognize the Ask Nano, and bingo, there it is, Ask Nano 4K, and along with that number that is there specifically for my Ask Nano. And as you see, it is just connected to the Ask Nano 4K's Wi-Fi. So next what we're going to do is just swipe down here onto the iPhone to access these quick settings. And over here, in my case, I do have the screen mirroring option little icon. We're just going to go ahead and select that, and we're going to pick from the screen mirroring options that we have available. In my case, I have the Ask Nano 4K, and bingo, let's click on that. And now it is screen mirroring just like that in a matter of seconds. Very nice and simple setup. So let's go and demonstrate this briefly into YouTube. I'm going to come over here to my channel, Leo Pazzo TV. We're going to select onto a video. And you can see now the video is playing on my phone along over here with the monitor. So why don't we just go ahead and turn this phone horizontally in the landscape mode, and you can see it's doing the exact same thing over here onto the monitor as well. So not only are we getting video, we're also getting audio as well. Currently, you guys do not hear the audio coming from this monitor because this monitor does not have actual internal speakers, but it does have a headphone port for an example, or if your TV or monitor supports audio for speakers, you're going to be able to hear the sound as well. You will notice that there is a little bit of a slight delay, little latency in this case, but in most cases, it's not really distracting. As long as the audio and video is in sync, everything is good to go. So let's just go ahead and pause this. So let's slide over here and open up my photo library for an example. So maybe I wanted to present or have a look at some of my videos or photos. I can go ahead and click on my video onto my phone. And as you see, it's being played over here onto the monitor as well. This is definitely a very nice feature that's built into the Ask Nano 4K. So let's go ahead and take advantage of the screen mirroring over here. So I'm going to open up the Amazon app, and as you see, I do have the Ask Nano over here, which was in my shopping cart. And the version that I have, which is priced at $159 USD, is the Ask Nano 4K 1v1, which comes with, as you guys saw in this video, one transmitter and one receiver. But they do have another version over here, the Ask Nano 4K 1v2, which actually includes one transmitter and two receivers. As you see over here, it is demonstrating that we can actually buy multiple receivers, and the one transmitter can actually transmit up to 4 receivers, which is definitely a really nice feature. Also, another thing that I wanted to point out over here, that the Ask Nano is capable, the version that I have is capable of transmitting wirelessly up to 100 feet or 30 meters. So let's go back over here to the TX mode by just simply pressing the button over here onto the receiver one time, and within a matter of seconds, it's going to go back over to the TX mode and start sending that signal from my camera back over here onto the monitor. So just giving it a couple of seconds. As you see, it just switched over to the TX mode. It takes maybe about 10 seconds or so to switch over from one mode to the next, and bingo, just like that, now we have a view coming from my camera as well. So as we were talking about earlier, the button over here onto the receiver, it does have a backlit LED. So right now, as you see, it is a solid blue light, which is a good indication, which basically means that it is powered on and it's actually communicating with the transmitter and also sending that signal over here to the monitor, as you guys see. But if it is a flashing blue light, which basically means that it's getting power and it's not sending that signal yet to the monitor because it is not communicating to the transmitter. So it might be in the process of auto syncing and connecting from the receiver to the transmitter. So as far as the transmitter's button and backlit LED over here, as you can see, it is flashing purple, which basically means that it does not have an HDMI input connected. As you see, it's no longer connected to my camera anymore. It may also display a static red light as well, which basically means the transmitter system is still booting on. If it's a flashing red light, it basically means that the transmitter is searching for the TX. If it's a flashing blue, it's waiting for the connection. And if it is a solid blue over here onto the transmitter, same idea as the receiver. Solid blue is a good indication, which basically means that it's powered on, it's connected to HDMI, and it's actually communicating with the receiver and sending that signal. Well guys, it looks like we reached that time of the video to give you my overall thoughts and opinion of the Ask Nano 4K. If you guys cannot tell already throughout the course of this video, I'm actually pretty impressed with this device for $159 for what we're getting and what it's capable of doing. It's small, it's compact, it's easy to set up. Overall, very minimal latency when you're using in the TX mode. Again, that screen mirroring mode. You guys saw all the different devices that we can connect it to, and even more. I just kind of demonstrated some just to kind of give you guys an idea. media. If you guys do have any questions or anything, let me know down into the comment section down below. I will also leave some links down into the description where you guys can purchase this product if you guys are interested. And don't forget, they do also have that other version which comes with the 1 transmitter and the 2 receivers just for a few extra dollars. I believe $199 as we saw earlier into the video. Overall, I definitely do appreciate you guys tuning in. Don't forget, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff, and we'll catch you guys onto the next video. Till next time, peace.